sirina buyinza bunnyonnyola lwaki tuli wano, naye mpeereddwa omukisa okubategeeza nti tulina abagole, era ngenda kusaba Director wa Sharia Uganda Muslim Supreme Council aleete abagole wano, era National Chairman atwale omukolo mu maaso inshallah.
I have the honor today to introduce to you two members who are successfully have been selected and elected by the College of Sheikhs to be the head and the leader of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council for next 5 years. Allahu Akbar! La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamdu. I therefore honored to present to you the candidate who has been successfully duly selected and elected as the Mufti of Uganda during the Majlis Ulama meeting convened on 20th February 2025. And this is Dr. Sheikh Sha'ban Ramadan Mubaje. Dear members, I am honored also to present to you the candidate who has been duly selected and elected as the Deputy Mufti of Uganda during the Majlis Ulama meeting convened on 20th February 2025, and this is Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waisa.
Of the Executive President today, fellow members of the Majlis al-Ulama with us here today, Right Honorable Secretary General, your deputies, and all members of management of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council headquarters, and the press. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I want to thank the Secretary General, but most of all I also want to thank the Director Sharia who has unveiled us the two candidates that were successfully selected and nominated by the Majlis Ulama and subsequently presented to the joint session for appointment. And members, as you recall, those that have been interested, over the last few weeks, there has been entropy about the position and the person of the office of the Mufti and the Deputy Mufti. Recently, the members of the wrote and wanted a special General Assembly. And at that time, I wrote to them and told them we could not discuss an issue that had not been fully deliberated on and presented. But most importantly, it would be illegal for us to discuss the term of His Eminence the Mufti at that time, before it elapsed, which was the last night, stroke today morning, a few seconds past midnight. That notwithstanding, I wish now, as it is the right time indeed, to unveil to you the two candidates as were successfully, extensively, and legally approved by the joint session of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council in this press release. Fellow members of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, and indeed the other brothers of other faiths in Uganda, His Eminence the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, attained the age of 70 years on the 12th of March 2025, which was yesterday. The Constitution of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, as amended in 1987, Article 57, under which Dr. Sheikh Shaban Mubaje was elected, splits, among others, that the Mufti and Deputy Mufti shall remain in office until they are 70 years old. In the same vein, Article 29(12) of the current Constitution of 2022, as amended, provides the transitional clause which guides on all persons found in office as at 13th July 2022 upon its enactment. The interpretation received in consultations by the Majlis Ulama and the joint session of the Executive Committee received from the local persons of the MSC is that according to Article 29, Section 12, persons serving under the old Constitution to the end of their tenure would not receive an automatic extension. Thus, technically, the Mufti's term would be expiring at the midnight of 12th March, having been born on the 12th of March 1955. Uganda should have a new Mufti today, the 13th of March 2025, through the new Constitution as amended in 2022. Article 5(2) gives all powers of selecting a Mufti, the Majlis al-Ulama, or the Council of Sheikhs, which does so by consensus and in camera. They vet and select the Mufti from among all the Sunni Muslims in Uganda and the person so selected is approved by the joint session. The Majlis al-Ulama is interested with regulating their own procedures, and this responsibility is carried out according to a system of their choice. It may be an election, a selection, or a nomination. Although as the chairman of the session for that day, who is actually the Director Sharia, told us this time it involved selection and election. Prior to that, the Secretary General of the Ghana Muslim Council had notified me as the national chairman of the approaching end of tenure of the Mufti of Uganda on 6th January 2025. As such, the national chairman, myself, upon resolution of the National Executive Committee, notified the Director of Sharia, who is mandated to chair the meeting of the Majlis al-Ulama, that is specifically convened to elect a Mufti or Deputy Mufti as per Article 7, Section 1 of the 2022 EMS Constitution as amended. Subsequently, the Director of Sharia, through the Secretary of Religious Affairs, who is the mandated Secretary of the Majlis al-Ulama, called for a meeting of the College of Sheikhs in the morning of the 20th of February 2025. Time, I directed the Secretary General to call a meeting of the joint session, receive a report from the Majlis Ulama, which we indeed did and discussed for quite long. In their report to the joint session, the Majlis al-Ulama informed us that with the help of the Uganda Muslim Council lawyer, Dr. Mahmoud Adam Zwanga, they found no constitutional contradiction to consider Dr. Shaban Ramadan Mubaje and Sheikh Al-Waiswa for these positions. This option was based on the need for continuity, stability, and prepare for a smooth transition of the Uganda Muslim leadership through providing a transitional term. Specifically, requirements under the new Constitution of the 2022 as amended in Article 5, subsection 5 and Article 5, section 9, which stipulates that a person elected as a Mufti shall serve one tenure of 10 years and shall not be eligible to seek the office of the Mufti after expiration of his tenure. Ultimately, in the view of the Majlis al-Ulama, they chose to select Dr. Shaban Mubaje as the new Mufti of Uganda and Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waiswa as the first Deputy Mufti of Uganda, effective 13th today, the March of 2025. These will be fresh terms under the new Constitution and not an extension. The term shall be subject to the provisions of Article 5, Section 9, and persons selected will not be eligible to seek the office of the Mufti after expiration of their tenure. The selected names of Mufti and First Deputy Mufti of Uganda were subsequently presented in the session. In brackets, or composed of the National Executive Committee and the College of Sheikhs, and approved unanimously. Note that all members of the National Executive Committee conducted nationwide consultations prior to this approval in all the 10 regions of this country by meeting the several members of the General Assembly from their regional areas and other stakeholders. I'm therefore happy to inform the Muslim Ummah in the country at large that Sheikh Dr. Shaban Ramadan Mubaje is the new Mufti of Uganda, and Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waiswa is the first Deputy Mufti of Uganda as at today, 13th March 2025. In the same vein, I wish to briefly address the lawsuit number 0065 of 2025, Simba Swaib and 3 others versus the Uganda Muslim Council and 44 others. 2 applications of 2025 seeking a temporary injunction restraining the swearing in of Mufti, and 182 2025 seeking interim orders restraining the swearing in of the Mufti pending determination of 181 of 2025. These applications were fixed on the 11th of March 2025 and set for hearing on 12th March 2025 at 2 p.m. And the same day, the Ghana Muslim Council was served at around 1:30 p.m. So we had 30 minutes to react to it. UMSC honored court and appeared with our lawyers. Court was not persuaded by the applicants, and both applications were denied. The court ordered Court was not persuaded by the applicants, and both applicants were denied. Court ordered the respondents to make a defense submission by 19th March 2025 and set a hearing of the case on the 24th of March 2025. I want to guide that we will not wait for that time to unveil the new Mufti, because he has been already selected, elected, and approved. We as Uganda Muslim Council did not go to court and are free to continue with our business as usual. I have not received an injunction or order stopping any happening at MSC in our operations, and neither have all the other officers of the Ghana Muslim Council. I want On this note, I take the honor to congratulate His Eminence, the Mufti of Uganda, the Mugole Dr. Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, and your deputy, Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waiswa, for this new appointment, show of faith and trust, and I wish you the best of luck in your activities. Both the mainstream media houses and our brothers and sisters and social media bloggers avoid spreading untrue and confusing information in EMS matters. I know you are the fourth estate, we respect you. Please deliver the best to the community that can keep unity, cohesion, austerity, and prosperity of not only the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, but this country as a whole. I know we've had quite a few cases where, by omission or commission, you have misreported what is right. We take it in good faith, but we still appeal that the country, the citizens, the Muslims of this country under UMSC deserve to get the truth and nothing but the truth. I pray to Allah the Almighty to give the administration UMSC wisdom and strength during this time to prepare the council towards a prosperous, sustainable development of the Ummah. I wish you all here a happy, fruitful Ramadan, and pray that Allah, the Most Merciful, will give you good health and strength in all your work. For God and my country, I hereby submit.
أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن ينصركم الله فلا غالب لكم وإن يخذلكم فمن ذا الذي ينصركم من بعده وعلى الله فليتوكل المؤمنون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Oweekitiibwa National Chairman wa Uganda Muslim Supreme Council n'omubeezi we, Oweekitiibwa Director wa Sharia, ab'ebitiibwa bammemba ba Majlis al-Ulama ne bammemba ba Executive abali wano, ab'ebitiibwa bammemba ba General Assembly eya Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, ab'ebitiibwa bammemba ba Management eya Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, ab'ebitiibwa ba District Qadhis ne ba Regional Assistants aba Mufti wa Uganda. Okusookera ddala ntendereza Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ow'ekitiibwa era ne musaba okusaasira n'emirembe eri ow'ekitiibwa mukama waffe Nabbi Muhammad, okusaasira n'emirembe bibeere gy'ali. Allah atutegeezezza mu aya egy'ensomi y'ekikumi mu Surat Ali Imran. Allah agamba nti bw'abanga ye Allah asiimye n'akutaasa n'akuwa obuwanguzi, tewali agenda kuwangula mulala. Ate Allah bw'aba asazeewo okukkakkanya, tewali agenda kuwa buwanguzi obwo oluvannyuma lwa Allah okukkakkanya. Era Allah n'atukubiriza nti twandisigadde ffenna abakkiriza nga tumwesigamirako ebiseera byonna. N'olwekyo neebaza Allah olw'obuwanguzi buno bw'atuwadde olunaku lwa leero. Nze ne mukama wange His Eminence the Grand Mufti of Uganda Dr. Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje tukimanyi nti Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yennyini nsonga era ng'obuweereza bwe tulimu bwa ddiini eno ey'Obusiraamu. Tusiimye eri bakadde baffe abamajlisul ulama okutussaamu obwesige obwo n'okulabawo ebyo bye tuzze tuweereza Obusiraamu n'eggwanga okutwalira awamu. Nkubira Abasiraamu ffenna omulanga bannange nti ebintu biri bibiri mu ddiini yaffe ey'Obusiraamu. Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam yabyogerako nga birongo, nabyo nga alwala walbara. Alwala okwewagiragana fekka na fekka, okweyagala fekka na fekka. Walbara n'okukyawa oba obutaagala buli kyonna ekyawukana ku mugendo gw'okuweereza eddiini y'Obusiraamu. Tuteekeddwa okusigala nga twagalana. Kiba kitegeeza nti tuwaŋŋane ebitiibwa, kiba kitegeeza nti tusonyiwaŋŋane ebiba bisobye, kiba kitegeeza nti tweweeyo olw'okukolerera eddiini y'Obusiraamu awatali kufunamu mpeera yonna okuggyako eyo eva ewa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ate era ne kitegeeza mu ngeri y'emu tukyawe buli yenna ava ku mugendo ogw'okuweereza Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ng'avudde ku nkola ekkiriziddwako n'Abasiraamu ffenna. Kubanga Nabbi yatugamba nti almu'minuuna ala shurutihim, abakkiriza bonna bakuuma obulombolombo bwabwe bwe baba bakkaanyizzaako. N'olwekyo abantu ba umma tuleme kudda ku nguudo, abantu ba umma twewe ekitiibwa, abantu ba Allah tumanye nti Allah atulaba era talyazaamaanya. Allah yagaba, Allah yajjako, Allah yawa obukulembeze, Allah yabukujjako. N'olwekyo tumanye nti Allah ajja tulamula mu mbeera ezo zonna. Tuleme kuswaza ddiini yaffe n'okuginyoomesa, tugikuume nga ya kitiibwa, ate twegayire Allah ow'ekitiibwa abeere nga atusobozesa okutuukiriza ebyo byonna by'ayagala. N'olwekyo ntutta omukisa guno okubeebaza mwenna okubeera nti mututaddemu obwesige okuddamu nate okubaweereza ku nsonga y'okukulaakulanya eddiini yaffe ate n'eggwanga lyaffe okutwalira awamu. N'ebigambo ebyo ebitonotono kansabe okuyita mukama wange His Eminence Dr. Sheikh Shaban.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم محمد بن عبد الله عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وقل اعملوا فسيرى الله عملكم ورسوله والمؤمنون وستردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. صدق الله. This single honor and opportunity to thank Allah that He has led us, guided us, and we have reached this far today, 13th March 2025. I humbly thank the Majlis Ulama for considering me and my former deputy, who is now the incoming Deputy Mufti, Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waiswa, for a new term in the office, having considered our performance and are guided by Allah that they have entrusted us to head this organization for another term of office. May Allah reward them abundantly. I thank the chairman, who was the director of Sharia, and also the national chairman and his team, for Professor Luwega, for entrusting us to head this institution for another term in office. We pledge total support to the programs of the council, and we pledge to work to the expectation of those structures and the Muslims of Uganda who were widely consulted, that we shall work, insha'Allah ta'ala, for the good of the Ummah and our nation. This period, or this new term, should act as a transition period. So we request all the Muslims of Uganda, through the normal representation and the structures, to begin thinking of the future leadership of this institution, considering the unity of Muslims and adding on to what has been put in place during the past quarter of the century. Let's work towards uniting the Ummah and being good citizens of this nation by being peaceful citizens and people who are committed to working for their religion and their nation. A lot was achieved, and a lot is yet to be registered, insha'Allah ta'ala. The council has got programs, development programs, construction of new structures is in progress, and creating more administrative structures is also in progress. This invites for dedicated leadership to serve the Ummah, and this is what we are going to handle. As I mentioned, let this be a period to think of what next. How can we maintain the unity? How can we maintain the development of the Ummah, insha'Allah ta'ala. I call upon all Muslims of this country to honor the Constitution of Uganda Muslims Council, because it doesn't contravene the teachings of the Holy Quran, neither the guidance of the Holy Prophet, and neither the laws of this nation. So those ones who will run to government courts, we advise them that first of all we have an internal mechanism to solve our grievances. We have Muslim Arbitration Council, we have the Shura, we have executive, we have all mechanisms internally to solve our disputes. I request those foreign organizations or embassies, like there is one embassy which is trying to influence and to compromise the structures of the council by trying to create divisions among the Muslims to stop this forthward. Let that stop. The era of Muslims of Uganda belonging to a given country has ended. The Muslims of Uganda are under the umbrella of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. They are independent. They have their constitution recognized by the government. So those coming from outside this nation should respect the independence and the freedom of the Muslims of Uganda. And then lastly, I request the Muslims of Uganda to continue the gospel of unity. Support Uganda Muslim Supreme Council programs and also be law-abiding citizens of this nation. We thank His Excellency the President for providing an enabling environment for freedom of worship. I call upon believers not to abuse this freedom, because in other countries those freedoms are not available. So let's be exemplary as Muslims of this nation, that we should be the ones to act as examples to others. I pray Allah blesses the Muslims of Uganda, Uganda Muslim Council, and our country Uganda, and blesses the leadership of this nation under the wise leadership of His Excellency the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Thank you, the media. We pray that you report what you have heard as it has been said. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.